Solano County folks, so much has happened in our real estate market in the last 2 weeks, and I want to share some real-time examples and trends that we're starting to see. I want to make sure that if you're a buyer or seller, you know how to pivot with this new market. I want to set you up for success, and we're starting now. Hey there, welcome back to my channel. I'm Erica Monroe. I'm a realtor in the Bay Area and I specialize in Solano County. If you recall, a couple weeks ago, I shared my 2022 market projections for Solano County, and so many of them have already come to fruition. I want to give you some real examples in Vallejo, Fairfield, and Vacaville. Trend number 1, lower price points, but with more aggressive terms. This has been the new formula in 2022. Because of the rise of interest rates, buyers are capped with how much over the list price they can offer. They have to keep their monthly payment in a specific range. So in order to make their offers more enticing, they're considering either shortening their contingency periods or their protection periods or removing them entirely. Now, I just want to be clear, I don't want to mislead you. Buyers are still offering over the listed price. We're simply not seeing the $60,000, $75,000, $100,000 over list price offers that we saw in 2021. And again, this is due to the rising interest rates. Buyers just don't have the same wiggle room or flexibility that they had last year. I have a colleague who just got into contract on their listing in the Rolling Hills, which is a very desirable neighborhood of Fairfield. The homes are larger, typically 2,500 plus square feet, 4 to 5 bedrooms, large expansive lots, and really great access to freeways. Well, this particular home received 15 offers, all of which were over the list price, and a majority had reduced or removed contingencies. The agent let me know that the sellers didn't pick the highest price point. They went with an offer that they felt was most sound, which had removed all of their protection periods or contingencies. It's the same story in North Village, in Vacaville. Homes are receiving 4 to 5 offers. Buyers are really aggressive with their terms and not necessarily offering sky-high price points. And sellers are opting for the most consistent or secure offer. And typically that means closing timeframes, how long you have to inspect the property, whether or not you keep your appraisal contingency and or your loan contingency. And with that, if you are a buyer who has a pre-approval that's more than 30 days old, I would highly encourage you to talk to your lender again to make sure that you still qualify for the same purchase price. The rise in interest rates may change your maximum price point, and you want to be sure that you're still going to qualify, especially if you're shopping at the top end of your budget. Trend number 2, more contingent sellers. More listings have a contingency on finding or closing on a replacement property. So this was one of my projections for 2022, and it's happening very quickly. The seller market softened ever so slightly at the end of the year, and that positioned some current homeowners to be able to put their homes on market, selling contingent on being able to find a replacement property. Well, with low inventory, now is the time to leverage this. Buyers are able to offer more exciting terms to sellers, such as being able to stay in their homes after closing to allow them a little more flexibility in finding or moving into their replacement property. So if you are a buyer and you're interested in a listing that's contingent upon the seller finding a replacement home, go see that house immediately. That seller is going to be more motivated to accept an offer quicker. The likelihood that that home will go into contract in a couple days is very high. I spoke to 2 listing agents, one in Granada Heights and one in Somerset Highlands. They both went into contract immediately, within 3 days of hitting the market. They received offers after, so technically they would have been in a multiple offer situation had they set an offer due date. However, the seller was motivated to get into contract so they could be a more attractive buyer on their replacement property. Trend number 3, some sellers are holding out for the exact price point and terms that they feel they deserve. So buyers, don't be fooled by listings that have been on market for 30 or 45 days. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong with the house. It doesn't mean that you can come in with a lowball offer. It may mean that the seller has already received multiple offers, but they're not at the price point that the seller hoped to command. And guess what? Because of the lack of inventory, they have the ability to wait. If their carrying costs aren't significant, if they've already paid off their loan, they may be able to wait a couple months on the market and still be able to command the price and terms that they desire. For buyers, I know it sounds like it's going to be an uphill battle, but it's important that I share these trends to help you pivot and understand how to position yourself to be the most successful buyer. And by no means am I advising that anybody remove any or all contingencies. Only you will know what's right for you. It's just important to understand how to be competitive in our current market. And for sellers, it's clearly still a seller's market. We're still incredibly low in inventory, and it may be a great time to take advantage of this larger buyer pool. You will likely command a really great price point with the best possible terms, and you'll most likely have multiple offers on your listing. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Reach out to me if you have any more specific questions on trends that are happening in our market.